Producers. What's the difference between a producer and a beat maker? And why the hell does it even matter? Producers, since I began producing years and years and years ago, one thing that always was a very annoying debate, but a very important debate in the very beginning, was the difference between a producer and a beat maker. And if you don't know the difference, this is basically how people generally break it down. A beat maker is somebody who specifically just makes beats, or they put together loops. Somebody who maybe is just on FL Studio and they're just putting together loops and not really thinking about composition. Maybe it is some kind of a song format, but they're really just sitting there putting sounds together, compiling it, and then sending it off to somebody who generally would be either an artist or a producer. Now, the producer is somebody who is more hands-on in the process. They're hands-on in the song crafting. Even though that they're not the rapper or the artist or the singer on the song, they are in charge of composing things, making sure if the chorus should go first, if there should be a bridge or a pre-bridge, if there should be an outro. The producer is in charge of that. The producer is there to make decisions that say, now, does the concept of this song get lost in the production? Is there too many instruments? Is it way too little instruments? Should we bring in a flute player? What should the flute player play? Sometimes these producers don't even put hands to instruments, but it seems that this debate is a debate because, I mean, as I explained it, those are very basic things, but the debate is the debate because producers tend to kind of have this reputation of having their nose up when it comes to beat makers. They have this thing where they believe they are better than beat makers because they have to do more work, or because they're, you know, they feel like they're more important to the music process. And I've heard this argument. I understand it. Yes, producers are a valuable asset, but beat makers are a valuable asset as well. And I think that it shouldn't be a debate, first of all. If this is what you do and you're good at it, look, it's like the same thing. You always make these basketball analogies. If you play for a team, you need a center. Like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen were the stars of the Bulls, but they had to have a Luke Longley, a Steve Kerr. You had to have a BJ Armstrong. You had to have Horace Grant. All these people that don't necessarily get the Hall of Fame love or all the accolades. These people are just as important to the process because they relieve the Michael Jordans and the Pippins from the responsibilities of taking care of everything. I mean, I don't know by the time you see this video if Russell Westbrook is still in the playoffs. I'm sorry if I had to do that to you. You know, I'm disrespectful. I'm sorry. But I don't know if Russell Westbrook is still in the playoffs, but if you see from the first few games, by the time of this shooting, he has, speaking of shooting, had to shoot everything. He's scoring 51 points and still losing. I'm telling you. Wait, what am I telling them? Oh, what's the subject again? You gonna cut that off?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it doesn't freaking matter. You need to respect every single person that is a part of the process. Whether you're a beat maker, whether you're a producer, it doesn't effing matter. What matters is that you do the best at what you're doing. What matters is that you take the most advantage of your time on this earth, and you take advantage of whatever position that you play and play it to the fullest. If you have an opportunity to learn some of the skills of a producer, learn them and eventually transition. But you don't have to be that all in one night. That doesn't happen. The skill does not develop all in one night. So you can sit up here, we can have this debate for hours and hours on end, but at the end of the day, everybody plays a role. Because if that beat maker did not sit there and come up with those keys, or even come up with that loop, would it have inspired the idea for the producer to now rearrange and put things in different places? Would it have inspired the singer or the artist that is now singing on it or the rapping on it? Would it now inspire that, had that person along the assembly line? Because everybody's trying to get to the best record possible. If these things did not exist, would the end product exist? And the question and the answer to that question is obviously no. So respect everybody along the process. This is why I say it matters, but it really doesn't matter. Just do what it is that you do best, and do it often, do it consistently, do it with a good heart, stay optimistic, and continue to create, my friend. Once again, it's another, I ain't got no change. Curtspiration. If you need some more of this juice, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. You see the numbers going up on the Patreon, and some of y'all took advantage of that $1 Patreon pledge. I appreciate you. That's all. If I got 17,000 subscribers, if 8,000 of them decided to give $1, I think that would make a huge, we would be done. The Patreon would be done. We would meet our goal, but it's all on you. I want to keep these videos going, and going back to the subject at hand, producer versus beat maker. Yes, there's a difference. It's important to know the difference, but at the end of the day, it doesn't freaking matter. You must do what it is that you were put here to do. If you desire to upgrade and get into different positions, well, upgrade your skills. Upgrade your ears and learn the skill levels of somebody that you're trying to get in a position of, whether that's a producer. Learn it, producers. Learn it, beat makers. But understand at the end of the day, somebody can call you whatever they want. You're amazing for the reason that you are amazing. Stay amazing, my friend. In this life, you will not be full of life until you decide to live life to its fullest. Curtis King at CurtisKingBeats.com.
I can't listen to you. When I listen to you, it's a liability. Cause you be mentally killing my inner energy. So I'm concealing my feelings before you injure me.